Hi, welcome to my channel, Lux to O. I am so glad you joined me here today, and I'm going to go over with you my impression of the new Burberry Intense versus the original Burberry Goddess, and now it's the Burberry Goddess Intense. Today is the first day I could find it at my Sephora, and I feel like the packaging on Burberry Goddess and the Intense version is very nice. It looks like it's a luxury bottle. You can see here where the seal, it looks like a seal, and the liquid is gold looking. The hue is very nice, dark, very pretty. It's a very pretty bottle. And the packaging is just a generic box, certainly nothing like we'd expect from some other niche brands, but very nice still. The package, like I said, is very nice, and the original packaging and the new Intense version is really pretty similar, but I do like the color of the liquid inside, and the bottles are almost identical. Burberry Goddess and Burberry Goddess Intense are both refillable, which makes the overall affordability of the product not so bad in the long run if you want to continue with either the Goddess or the Goddess Intense. The original Burberry Goddess is not something that I liked. I liked it at first sniff. It's very nice. The projection was okay, but soon after about half an hour it became more of a scent that people would notice within my scent bubble, and I like something with a bit more projection. So that one, after a few wears, did make it back to the store. I did return it. With the Intense, I thought, well, let me try it, and it might be something that would be what I would like better, with better projection, more long lasting. And it is certainly more intense. This one, you may have liked the original Burberry Goddess, and because you liked it does not necessarily mean you're going to love this one. This one does have 4 different vanillas in it. The original had a ginger note in the top note, which is probably what I thought gave it some freshness, and I enjoyed it. It was a little bit spicy, not much, but very refreshing to me. Now, the original Burberry Goddess had vanilla caviar in the middle and vanilla absolute in the base. The original had a trio of vanillas. Fall and winter, to me, are the perfect time for these warm, cozy scents with a combination of vanilla and lavender. The Intense is more intense, and yes, it does have a stronger projection, and it can be a cozy, comfortable scent, which you would expect. There are 4 types of vanillas, and let me go ahead and tell you what those are now, and I'll look at my notes. There are 4 vanillas in this new Intense. One end, it has an opening that is beautiful, with the sweet lavender note that is in the original Burberry Goddess as well. The vanilla adds a creaminess to me, and that would be obvious because of the 4 types of vanilla being used, which would naturally, to me, add that creaminess. Now, that 4th vanilla is like a vanilla wood, so it adds a smokiness, which I quite enjoy, a smokiness in my fragrance. Not all the time, but sometimes I do enjoy that. So I can see the appeal for this fragrance. However, I do think that in the dry down, the vanilla does show up here as it did in the original, and you would expect that. I get more of a lavender in this Intense. And if you're not familiar with Mon Guerlain Intense, that is my preference as far as a vanilla lavender scent. It is a lovely lavender note, and it's very feminine and appealing. I also feel like that with the Burberry Goddess Intense, it does have the patchouli base, which I think makes it lean a little bit more unisex maybe even slightly toward the masculine. Certainly not necessarily a strictly masculine fragrance, but it does have a lean in that direction, which I don't really care for. I don't mind a unisex fragrance that lean masculine, but in this fragrance, the patchouli is not working for me. It does add a bit of earthiness to it, but I don't think that was necessary for this fragrance. I think to beef up the lavender, to beef up the vanilla in the base would have been great. But I just don't see where I'm going to enjoy this. Certainly it's not going to be the one I reach for when I'm seeking that cozy, comforting scent of vanilla and lavender. What I'm going to seek out will be the Mon Guerlain Intense. And you may want to try a sample of that. Certainly you can go to Sephora. This has been released today. They took it out. And like I said, it's a nice scent. It just is not one for me. I do feel if you're looking for that combination though, and you feel like you might enjoy that patchouli in the base, then I would say go ahead and get your nose on it and see what you think. I feel like if you think you would enjoy that smokiness that vanilla woods adds to it, and you like a heavier lavender note, with the patchouli in the base, if you feel like you would enjoy that, then I would certainly get my nose on it. It did just arrive at my Sephora today, and like I said, I don't think it's going to be a keeper for me. I think I'll try it a couple of days, and if I don't like it, then I think it's going to make its trip back to Sephora. And I'll just reach for Mon Guerlain Intense when I'm looking for that scent profile without that patchouli base and without the smokiness. As I mentioned, the projection is better. The lasting power is better, but it's not one that's going to make its way into my closet this time.